Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I've got a 4v4 on Precipice. And it's going to be a long one. That's why you're getting a very long intro. Just to line up with that, as I pour some water here. So, Precipice, the map with a river that goes through it. And lots of resources typically, so that the game goes long. And in this game we've got myself, we've got Raphael as my pocket, we've got Russian Blunt here as the other pocket, and then his wing is Stuart as Night Raven, and he's facing off against RVA, his pocket being Frost here in the orange. We've got Lucky Ashman as the second pocket there, and then we've got Risk all the way over here as my wing. And we've got 3 crossings here on this map. So typically what happens in this one is that people wall them, everyone goes T3, and the game goes into the late game. Because with people getting T3 so safely, there's going to be a lot of air flying around, and then people going T4 air, so everyone just sort of needs to boom up and make sure they've got the defences to handle that. In terms of resources here, we've got some nerfs. I think it's maybe looking like a 16 nerf map here. We've got 12 here at the moment. Don't know who these 4... I think maybe 4 of these are mine and 4 of these are Risks. Although it looks like Risks maybe got 16, has he? Oh, he's got 8. Oh, he's got 4 here. So who knows what's going on with these, because they're a bit out of the way here because of the river. Maybe some of them are mine, I'm not too sure. We're around 12. Oh, we found 16. It can't be Lucky. Lucky's got millions. So maybe there's just extra ones just been placed there. I suppose these are maybe extra as well, because RBA's already got 1 billion of them. Typically, I usually think they would be in the corner, like here. That might be Frost's original ones. No, it looks like he's got 16 as well. So there is like extra groups just hanging about randomly, I guess. So there's a few fruit bushes that can be munched and consumed as well. You get 375 food out of that. Not too much, but it's okay. It's like having a Ronto, basically. It's just that it gathers very slowly. Carbon being placed here for Russian. Carbon already up here. So there's a lot of people actually hitting 3 nurseries. 3 for Lucky here. 2. We're on 2. And we're just going hard on the carbon, because what we're going to do is build a troop centre. And then we're going to make mounted troopers out of it. And we come across here because we want to control the crossing. So if we can stop him walling, because he's Trade Federation, he can't make prefab shelters. He can only make light walls. He snuck past me a little bit with his second worker though. So we think this is the one that's trying to do the walling, but he's actually got this little light wall going up here. So we can try to stop this, and we're going to pull the scout back, wherever it is. Get that involved as well. There he comes. The other side of things, there's not going to be any rushing because RV has already walled this very quickly. We're chasing this worker away, and we're going to make some light walls just to make sure that if you did want to wall it with light walls, you'd have to make a big long arc rather than just right across the shallow bit. Troop centre up, Mountie's already halfway there as the power core goes up, so that'll get out very soon. And we'll be sending that across into Risk space. Using it to cause as much damage as we can. Seems in the moment he's pulled his scout back, he's found these 4 nerfs, but not done anything with them yet. Maybe could have sneaked them away. As we try to kill this worker. I don't know why Stuart says this is closed when it's open. Don't know if that's him trying to tell the team to close it or not, but yeah. A lot of people coming and fighting over the nerfs. It looks like Risk was thinking about doing a forward himself for this worker, but he's absolutely abandoned that idea as the Mounties hit him, and he's built a troop centre at home. Unfortunately, we haven't noticed that this bit is actually walled. So we're running around and we're delaying ourselves just a little bit, as everyone just seems to be getting involved in fighting over these nerfs. They're all losing their minds over these 4 nerfs. Like, look at the amount of action going on in this crossing. And Lucky Ashman sending 2 workers to come and wall this as well. And why has he got a Mountie? He's the pocket and he's building Mounties now. As we start bashing down the workers of Risk, but he is Trade Federation, so you can actually repair this worker. And it repairs pretty quickly. It's kind of imbalanced when it comes to getting Mountie rushed. Like the difference between that and having biological workers is insane. So if you're an actual civ that can actually build houses as well and repair, you're loving it. So you managed to get the troopers out here. This one's going to go down though. What you'll need to do is get them closer to the command centre and then you can garrison them if they ever reach in danger. See, Lucky Ashman's Mountie is now defending Risk. This is strange pocket play. Not what you would normally expect. I think you would normally want your guy to be going T3 and get the strike mechs or the air to come and rescue you. And if not able to rescue you, punish the enemy wing, like get onto my economy and kill me. But there's another Mountie. Chasing the units as Risk manages to get some troops out. Now, on the other side of things, it's just dropping the tech buildings, going T3, and RV's managed to get 3 nurseries now. Tons of workers on Nova. So definitely be looking for the old air. Jedi Temple here for Frost. And Lucky Ashman has actually built 2 troop centres as well, just delaying himself further. Risk now going for the power core as he's got a few trooper recruits out. He's feeling fine. Managed to kill this wall, finally gotten round to it. Can use that to make actual troopers and send them across. As we just hit about 500 food now, so it's taken a while to catch up the economy. We've definitely done a lot of damage here. Caused a lot of delays in mining time, and if you look at Risk's eco, he's basically just nerfs. He doesn't have any farm infrastructure or anything like we do. So we're thoroughly ahead in that regard. Going for the nursery now, we can see the troops coming over, so I think, right, we've probably done about as much as we can do here. We're just going to go and harass Lucky Ashman now. As we start building troopers. So on our way to T2. Gonna rally them out onto the crossing here. We've got this worker sort of patrolling the area, making sure he doesn't try to wall it again. Fighting a Tuscat here. Definitely have to speed this one up because it's a long game. So Mountie's running in here, looking to do some damage, but Lucky's got a turret, he's got troops out. Got this Mountie looking for me, I guess. Another Mountie in Risk space. As me and Risk collide on the crossing here. He does have 4 more troopers, but they're all the way over here hitting this house. These houses giving me advance warning of what's going on and just in general being annoying. As we fix a little bit of our eco and then start pumping out the troops now that we're T2. We're getting motivator as well. So Risk finally catching up to the point that you can get a second troop centre. We've got a turret placed down now as well. And he begins his own farm production. As a lot of the players have hit T3 now, Lucky Ashman maybe being the last one there out of all the pockets. And we all know why that is. Prodding in here to see if we can do some damage to Risk. But he is looking quite compact here with the turret and his own troop count. So we're just going to want to pick him apart, and we're going to be ahead in every way, so any window we can get in to do damage we'll take. Even if it's even trades, we'll probably take that as well, because we can just reinforce a bit better than he can. I'm just looking to see if there's any way we can absolutely outright kill him. Because the foundations of which he's built on are very weak, because of what the Mountie Rush has done earlier. So the air coming in here from my pocket, which is going to be great. So he can go into the air. He's going to have to garrison into the command centre and hope for help. Fortunately for him, the opposite wing is coming to save him. While our guy is just chilling. So all RV's heirs over here killing Raphael's. It's pretty much stopping Risk from dying completely. And he's not being punished for it on the other side of the map. Even sending his second control group now of air away and practically rallying them. He has very little defense for air, whereas Stuart has lots of fighters just sitting in his base, not doing anything, being passive, completely passive. So some strike mechs are rallying up here from Lucky Ashman, helping Risk out and clearing up the troopers here, and saving Risk from completely dying. See, Lucky Ashman did complete his 2-layer prefab shelter wall, which we're going to wall on the outside of, because we don't want these strike mechs running in. We've got a gate here which we want to keep. And we're just going to look to go up to tech level 3 now. We've got a lot of Nova built up from the whole Mounty Rush shenanigans, so we're going to get Jedi Knights, and that'll be the next wave for Risk to deal with. As RV's heir is still here on this side of the map, he's the opposite wing. Literally nothing. Doing nothing. Frost, he's doing so little that Frost is like heisting nerfs here from this corner. Something that he should really be catching because he's flying over and scouting and seeing what RV is up to and putting some effort into stopping him do what he wants. Like he could just blindly go T4. I imagine what Stuart's trying to do is go T4 himself, which is what he does most of the time. Doesn't seem to want to do the multitasking and actually doing stuff with his air, his units, putting pressure on, and then T4ing. Because if he's got Hollow Net, you can see that his wing's air is all the way over here, like fighting Raphael's right now. So we've got 4 knights here built up as we research Jedi Knight, and we'll send them out as it gets close. What we just need is for Raphael to try and kill these troops off for us, because they're very good against the Jedi Knights. They do a lot of damage. It sort of stacks up. But Risk is absolutely having a terrible time here. Lucky Ashman sending some workers over here, looking to maybe build something for him. Try to complete this wall here. We're not going to be allowing that. No chance. So we send the Jedi out. We need to stop this. Knights pop out there for us. Some hollows being pinged. We can maybe pick them up in a bit. But we just need to stop him walling this. So we start converting the workers. The air coming to support us here. And we're going to try and kill Risk again. Meanwhile, there should just be elevator music every time I come back to Stuart's base, because this is just doing nothing. His pocket, Russian Blunt, is just sort of chilling. He's rallied some units up here, but not really a lot. He is getting a forward down here, which would be great. You can see that RVA's hit T4, so is Stuart, but he seems to be ahead of Stuart, despite throwing loads of air away up here on the other side of the map. So they're now doing the T4 air dance of death, but with no shields he's just going to lose all of his air, rather than hide it. He's managed to upgrade his turrets and seems to wall a bunch of them, but there's some Jedi Masters here arriving from RVA now. He's maybe going to try and convert the turrets. The other side of things, we've split the knights up and just started chasing a lot of Lucky Ashman's strike mechs around. It's not even about killing workers or anything here, it's just the fact that they all have to garrison right now. There's just so much idle time. I see a couple of these units have flown through the gate from Russian Blunt as well. What we really need from these two though is just to get a forward down some presence here and keep the pressure up on their side of the map. Our side of the map's fine, it's just every time it gets influenced by the people on the other side of the map, that's what's causing the problem. The cheeky conversion there, I don't think it really happened though. So Air's camping here and RV is just trying to convert things. He's not actually properly walled this turret and it's been converted. We're getting in here against the power core as well. Just going hard to try to kill Risk. Tunnel visioned on the whole I am the wing, I will kill my wing. It's fun. It's a fun way to play. Stuart getting some of his own air out now, but there's a wonderful advanced anti-air turret in his base. Now losing his nurseries as well. This is one of the reasons you need to be building a fort when you're T4 airing, if this happens to you. It's so good as well though, because it just gives you a place to hide all your workers. Particularly good if you put it on your Nova, because that's what people would try to shut down. So RVA getting a lot more nerfs now. Not having to have a proper eco as he converts all of Stuart's buildings and he's got nothing to deal with it. And his pocket could definitely be helping him out as well with sending some units or something, but there just doesn't seem to be really any coordination between these two. They're just doing their own things. Whereas me and Raph have been trying endlessly to just kill off Risk here. Throwing some Mounties in here now with a few more Jedi. We're just going to try and burn down the command center now. Which we definitely would manage, but it seems that RVA is now free to fly his air over again, since he's converted half of Stuart's base, and start influencing affairs here. It's a bit like the US government here. He's just involved in everything. Killing off some of our Mounties here. Risk desperately repairing. Some more strike mechs from Lucky Ashman. There's another worker building some anti-air turrets. I think he really just wants this wall. I think this is his big goal. Russian getting his forward down here. Getting a lot of good anti-RVA units together. There's some bounty hunters. He's got his own air. There's some anti-air mobiles. We'd like to see some quicker action here on the crossing. Putting the pressure on, making RVA scramble to build other things, rather than quick as zippy harassment tools that can fly over here as he pleases. Frost even arriving here with some strike mechs as well. Everyone committing to saving Risk here. Keeping Risk in the game as Lucky Ashman starts building a fort. Double forts here for Russian Blunt. Which sort of reeks a bit of passivity, which is what we don't want here. We need aggression. Now the two of them have got cannons, they've got bounty hunters, and they've got anti-air. They could take this fort down for free. Don't know if killing all this is actually even that necessary. He could maybe just make a master himself, convert it back later. They need to get onto this side of the map and stop RVA transitioning into something else. Harm him while he doesn't have ground units. Take advantage of the Trade Federation strength. Pinging the hollows again, which you can probably go for now. Making a Jedi Knight to go and get it. Because we threw all ours over here, try to kill Risk. Seems like Raph is trying to go and make something over here. All these units are sitting here. Bold move. Really want to move these guys, don't want to just sit and hold the gate open for some strike mechs. That wouldn't be good. We can see Raphael having to build his 2 mech factories right here on the edge because he's used the prime real estate area to make all of his houses. As RVA is now running all of his Jedi Masters into my base, converting the nice turrets that Raphael's built me, which I'm pinging for him to delete. But it's going to get taken, as it goes for the other one now as well. And again, elevator music for these guys on this side. Just if they had any coordination, look at everything they've got. All these units, decent units on the ground, tons of cannons, tons of bounty hunters. He's not Republic, he's not got a million range in his masters. He could just shut down this fort and stop him firing out all these mech destroyers that he wants to build. So we're having a power core killed, the air's over here again. I get like Stuart's trying to come over and help now, but you know there's a turret in the base as well. We just try to boom back a bit because we've gone very hard on Operation Kill Risk right now. Again, we're just... The only things that are actually attacking are the forts that are just barely in range of the houses. You can tell I'm frustrated. I absolutely was frustrated playing this. Because just look at all the movement. Everything he's building, everything he's doing is coming over here. Because these two players are just chilling. It's having a bit of a boom. Having a bit of a vibe. A chill out time here. Not active participants, it would seem. I don't know what they're afraid of because they've got so many units. They could absolutely be smashing them right now. Having to ping the forward to them. Please push. As he's now got 40 fighters in my base, lifting my nerfs with transports. Even Frost is over here now because this part of the map just doesn't exist. It's like a black hole. There's no light or anything. No one knows what goes on here. Raphael's forward getting killed here as well. Bloody pummels from Frost. Risk's just completely, you know, on life support. He's not involved, but the rest of the team's here fighting for him. They've killed the ball, but they're just throwing strike mechs into mechs. He's had the time to build all of this over the last 15 minutes. Could still win it though, if we just threw the units forward and Stuart brought his cannons. If there was just an ounce of coordination between the two of them, they would absolutely kill. Stuart here taking a good trade, considering the numbers. You can see these fighters keep hitting the mech destroyers and stuff, but he's baiting Stuart forward and he's then going to take the trade. And that's just going to completely disregard everything I just said. Some assault mechs here from Lucky. I'm not too sure about those. Heavy assault mechs, but with like no upgrades, no range. He's only got +1. Very, very slow with his upgrades, considering he's been making mechs since T3. Not sure what he's been up to as War Center. He's been making a sort of iron dome of prefab shelters here. These guys trying to kill off the fort, but a shield generator going down, and now Frost's even arrived here with units. So these cannons finally start moving from Stuart here. They're going to get a good angle, should kill off the fort. Frost not focusing them down. These Jedis are running forward. If the bounty hunters just come forward and kill them. There's no strike mechs, the air's not here as well, the air that should be here to support that army. Like, the bounty hunters could snipe the Jedi very easily, because mech destroyers do, like, they do absolutely fuck all damage to them. Cannon coming forward here from Lucky Ashman. Just he smells blood. It's going to be the most effective annoying player of all time now. Just start cannoning all my things when I'm not looking. Again, the lovely prefab forward here from Raphael as he builds his new forward down here. Air still in my base. These guys thinking they can't get across at all. A new fort here for RBA, so he's probably going to want to start making air cruisers now. This cannon trying to come forward, it's just running into units. People putting the spaceports down and starting to think about trading. They're still being aired. We've fortunately got this nice little hub that we've built. I figured I'd have to actually start building air myself because, yeah, bad times. Didn't really want to. And Stuart already had air. But that's not been going well. More things being converted, I'm going to lose my holocrons now. Not paying attention to this one. Everything is deleted. It's annoying. Again, I don't think Stuart's really got anything on the ground, he's just got some fighters. And I do mean some. Coming over to try and help us again. I mean, Arby's got 2 control groups of them now. It's going to be on like 5 holocrons now and like 60 nerfs or something, I don't know. It's going to have a very strong ability for spamming Nova units. And getting a lot of population out as well, because the animal nurseries will save on population and workers. So we've got some fighters out now, we're going to have to go for these cannons. We've got our own Jedi now, we're converting the cannons, converting the assault mechs. Since we're Republic, it's probably one of the only things we could do well. So we try to defend the front of our base. Still fighters try to come and kill my fighters now, while elevator music once again. It's just some sort of stalemate going on. With not much of anything happening really. So it has some air here. Got myself a nice assault mech. Using it to clean up a lot of these units. Risk just having the time of his life now. He's forgotten everything. He's just gonna boom. Boom happily while all this goes on in my base. Raf's doing his best Cal impression here. Building a big army over here and then walking it over. Running in with some bounty hunters with their leader, this mech destroyer. Anti-Jedi Master gang coming in. We've got a lot of Masters here now though, I think we converted 1 or 2 of RVAs. So we should be fine in that regard. The troubles are over. Still might want to get that turret back if we remember. Got a little bit, almost got about as much air as Stuart does. RVA taking a very bad trade here. Just flying in, not looking. Stuart still doesn't have armor though. Is he actually losing this trade? Yes. Incredible. Hiding our masters here, we're going to make a shipyard and try and ship them over. Because that's... Please do things. The worst... There's also a crossing here, by the way. We could try going through that and stuff, but I think that the decisions is going to be to just run into air cruisers, as much as it pains me. Shipyard's built a boat. We've had a bad time. We're not going to quit though. We're just going to be the most annoying player there ever was, out of spite. Out of pure anger and spite. Stuart again got less air than RVA. And nothing else on the ground. It really is kind of ridiculous. He's just got no units. The Russian's got loads of units down here on the ground. Stuart's just got some air. He looks like he's just went T4. RVA's got lots of mech destroyers and some air cruisers. He's got some Crusaders, and he's upgrading them as well. We're running the Masters in. What we're going to do is we're going to try and switch off their trade by killing all their spaceports, by converting them and deleting them. Risk now has awoken. Those Jedi waking him up. And he's now going to start running in strike mechs as much as he can, I think. Converting the strike mechs to kill the bounty hunters. Converting a bunch of them as well. Should win this trade, really. Particularly when they start shooting the other strike mechs, because they'll just do no damage. A couple of strikes from Lucky Ashman's here as well. Stuart having the audacity to complain about anything in this game. Pigging 2 strike mechs. Like, really? Finally, some sort of coordination out of these two as he transports his strike mechs over into their base. Incredible. It's a good move. I like it. I like it a lot. If we can get them on the trade, that'll be spectacular, as we're now deleting all of the spaceports. So that trade's been switched off, and all of the cargoes are going to go idle, and it's just going to cause a lot of disruption. See that here? I don't know who just deleted all their cargoes there. What was that about? Maybe freeing up population or something? Not sure. Harvey having to use his air to defend himself for the first time in this game. At 57 minutes. That's where once again we're still got these Jedi running around. It's buying us a lot of time, and it's letting Raphael get an army together and push across here into the crossing. There is a shield generator here though, which is going to stall things out, and these two bits of wall are very annoying as well. You can see the army is really struggling. You need to run into the actual shield, I think, to pull everything forward. But he's getting his strike mechs in, and they can run out here now and start doing some damage. Lucky Ashman's got lots of strike mechs just running around trying to find the Jedi. Which are probably making their way back down to the bottom now. Get the other spaceports. On the other hand, I've just been chilling a bit. Kind of pissed off. Not been playing too hard. Just out of sheer suffering at everything we've endured. But we're starting to play again and build the spaceports now. So what we're going to do is just make 1 million cargos and then 1 million Jedi. And just support the Empire ground forces. Hopefully Raph gets the heavy assault mech upgrade. Just doesn't feel right seeing assault mechs without it. Not for GE anyway. Some air from Frost flying over here. These guys getting a bit bewildered by the air cruisers and not knowing how to deal with them. We can just push with turrets. Trade Federation can make cruisers as well. Start peppering these shield generators. And always could just go through this crossing. Air coming in here, which is just annoying. We have to pull our air with our two Naboo converts. Frost making tons of air now. Lots of assault mechs out here for Lucky Ashman though. I don't think anyone can accuse Lucky of not putting the effort into this game. Look at him go. He's been doing great work helping Risk out of this game. I mean, he even mounted in T2 to help him deal with a Mountie Rush. Who wouldn't want that as their pocket? Pinging the anti-airmobiles that Raphael has as he wanders away going, ow, ow, being shot at by the fighters. An attempt to cross. It looks like they might have killed the air cruisers. That's great. We brought our Jedi to come and help them. Like, come on, let's go. Let's win. Running the units in. Again, we are missing the fact that, like, Stuart has no units. He's just got some air. He's not even doing well on that. He's not, like, the king of air or anything. He's the peasant of air. And the peasant of everything else. Crusaders are going to do a lot of damage here. Tanking up a lot of the shots from the mech destroyers as these all get rallied in. Another air cruiser gets built. If there was just like more mechs and stuff or like anything from Stuart, even if he had his own Crusaders, they would be smashing through this. He's really letting this side down. And he should be able to afford it really, like he's got loads of traders and everything, he's late game, he's boomed. He's losing workers to Rancors somewhere, I just heard one of them die. You know, that frees up population for him to get more units. Try to build a shield generator on the crossing, that's not good. It's a horrible place for it. It's just, you can just get hit from everywhere. It's not ever worth it. You've just got to break them and get across, then you build it. You need the space as well for your units to move. It just feels horrible. 3 ACs again, so they're going to be stalling again here. Risk now pushing across on this side. Getting some units here. He's sort of boomed up now. He's got some assault mechs. He's got an air cruiser. And the house is getting in the way of Raphael's reinforcing armies. Once again, the most griefing move of a player made against themselves. We're converting the assault mechs though, showing Risk that that is not the move for you to be making. Stop building them. It's more strike mechs running into our base now. Risk getting a fort down here and establishing a foothold on this side. Air from Frost here. Coming in being annoying, but it just seems to be feeding these anti-air mobiles, which are just destroying it. It's got the homing as well, they're losing tons of them. As they trade inferior mechs into the glorious Trade Federation ones. I think he's messed up his upgrades though, he's missing about like 12 HP. Which does add up when you've got a lot of them. AC shot here from Risk. He's technically just making this easier for Raphael to fight him though, because he's killing this tree line. It's a long walk to my base from down here. Some idols. So it's just strike mechs everywhere, always running in. Like I've even converted a bunch of them. Lucky Ashman going again, being absolutely great with his harass here. Looks like he's finally got some mech upgrades. He's still only on +1 range though. What's going on there, Lucky? It's like the most important upgrade for mechs. If you're watching, please consider the range. More attempts to cross, but there's a lot of air cruisers now. Crazy thing is, there's no like turrets or anything supporting them. It's just his own air. Be easy for Lucky to, or not Lucky, Stuart to fly in and snipe one or two of them, I think, before they react with their air. Get some good shots with this cannon here, forcing RV to have to repair it. He is pushing forward with the air cruisers, he's gonna destroy this turret. It looks like that gameplay is frustrating them on that side. We've got Risk who just keeps making air cruisers into my fighters. He just does it for the entire game. It is the most annoying thing ever. I don't want to have to keep flying over and killing them. He's not even killing anything with them, but just their sheer existence is annoying, and it's controlling my behaviour. I don't like that. So they seem to have lost their shield here and not rebuilt a new one, which is making them take even more damage from these air cruisers. Narrowing the amount of shots that they would need to delete all their units. Raphael getting a big amount of mech destroyers here. We're just going to support them by converting things, making the units shoot backwards at the units that have been converted. And that should just make the trade so good for Raph's army here. I mean, most of the army is just becoming bounty hunters now at this point, from Lucky Ashman. Some panic troop centres, I don't know what they're about as an empire. Some air from Frost over here again. See, I don't really want to be making tons of air, but he's making me have to patrol in and try and get a good trade with them, since they're shooting the units. He is generous enough to just throw them away here. Again, more attempts to cross, but this time it's from RV and Frost. These anti-air mobiles are doing really well though with a 13 range. You can see they're just smashing here, and RV has just completely failed there. He has killed them, but at what cost? He's lost pretty much all of his air cruisers. But these guys are struggling here on the ground now though. Stuart still doesn't have anything other than air. It's been like 30-40 game minutes. The only other unit he's built in fighters is an air transport. Another one of those terrible shield generators getting made. At least it's like on the edge, I guess. Lose a little bit of a channel. But I think these units could have just like come across. That's what they would need to be doing. This shield will just get killed off, I think, very quickly. The other side of things is just the sort of same as before. I'm just throwing in mech destroyers, Jedi, converting things. Not really got much on the ground to actually kill the forts or the shield generators at the moment. You can try converting them, but there is often a lot of bounty hunters hiding in these fortresses, just waiting for that kind of moment. Running in even more Jedi. Going for the shields now. Stuart flying his air, being aggressive. This might be the first time he's ever done this. He's going to force out R8 to pull his back. See the cannons just going for this. It's going to be a lot of resources repairing this. And these mech destroyers are so tanky that they're just trading beautifully with the newbie ones. Again, AC's getting in here, getting some shots. No threat to Stuart from like the other side, you know. He's got these advanced cruisers. A couple of them must have gotten converted, maybe. He's not microing them. He could just smash these. If he smashed them and then just took down the shield generators, it'd be so good for them. Because there's barely any units on the ground right now. It's basically just ACs holding this. Some bombers arriving here from Frost now, just as we weren't looking. Tons of influence here on this side against me and Raph. We are cleaning those up though. I mean, most of Raph's army's over here. It's safe, it's fine. But they still got these shields up. These air cruisers still flying for risking. Stuart's air still down here, but it's probably needed here to try and snipe these when they get too close to the waterfront. As Russian tries to just hold this on his own. Because Stuart has a phobia of units. I don't think I've played a team game since this, and that was like weeks ago. That's how tilting this game was. Some really good connections here for the anti-air mobiles, taking down a lot of these air cruisers. That 13 range is just huge. Some good shield generators here as well, holding the choke. Letting the TF mechs do their thing. Stuart now building mechs. 1 hour 20. Nice stuff. Good to see him involved playing the game. As they try to kill things over here with their air, but it seems like a very desperate move from them. I'm not sure what they're trying to do actually. These turrets have gone up as well. Russian making some good decisions now. Strike mech's running in again from Risk. This is just all he bloody does. Units constantly trading in here. I think they try to like convert them and stuff and chase them down with air, kill off the strike mechs. Gonna be more shots from the ACs. Fortunately, because of the attack ground mechanic, they do outrange and advance that air turret. The best use of turrets against them is just having them at like awkward angles that are hard to engage, to try and make them forego that range and fly into the turret's range. AC shot here for Risk. Angry pinging because an AC has fired. He's got anti-air that he's cleaned it up with. He's fine. It's a hysterical thing. Troopers in the turrets from Lucky Ashman. Some top tier GE gameplay. We have gone up by 1 range though on the mechs. So I think we're averaging about a range every 15 minutes or so game time. Tons of strike mechs going to try this other angle now. Sneaking past the armies. Flying into Ariko. If you look at our resources now, we're pretty much back into the game again. And we have a lot of Nova. We've only got 3 Jedi right now though. We've thrown a lot of them into the front line. We're preparing. These strike mechs doing a lot of damage here to Wrath's workers. Mech Destroyers just running past them, getting gunned down. Bad times. As it looks like Risk and Lucky Ashman getting a bit of a foothold here. As we've mostly been forced to just build air for a long time because of Frost flying over with tons of it. Having to shoot air cruisers. And chase down strike mechs all the time. Keep an eye on the other side now. Seems to be a bit of a cruiser fight going on, and turrets being built on the coastlines and cruisers trying to clean them up, and all to control who's got range against these air cruisers. Whereas just a few units are fighting now in the shallows. Wrath getting more units in here. It's just he's having to walk a very long time to get his units from point A to point B. As they're getting there very quickly with their forwards. And they have the double shield arc as well. Bringing the air in, gonna kill the air cruiser for probably the 70th time. Some air from Stuart here, harassing now, colliding with Frost, is probably gonna get cleaned up here. Our air we're trying to like buy some time a little bit and get some breathing room because we just lost the shield generator, so we're just tanking shots and shooting at things and stopping these units advancing. Because if they advance they can get new shields and then we're going to be in trouble. New Jedi arriving now. We've got those temples set up, so we're just going to spam them out. We've already spent about 3,000 Nova on these. Looks like a bit of movement again, another invasion. Frost leading the charge there. There is very little on the ground actually for Russian and Stuart at the moment. So they could make some leeway here. And they will have the air cruisers behind it. Although I think he might have lost them. Yeah, it looks like he's lost them again. Must be the 13 range anti-airmobiles. Back at it again, once more. Anti-air troopers here from Lucky Ashman. Could surely be getting the anti-airmobiles. Not population efficient. RVA going for the shield once more. Got these couple of cruisers. Which I don't think he ever builds himself, he just converts or something from Stuart. I don't see a ship here. Oh, there's one here. Okay, maybe he has been building them now. Oh, these could be new though. He's building them now for sure. To get a good shot on this shield generator. Frost again with his bloody air over here, but you can see we've assembled a little bit of a gang here. As we just keep pressing the C hotkey. And then walk away. As a million bounty hunters show up. Probably about as many as we've got Jedi. Absolutely not. Wrath has got a new shield and he's getting his army together once again. Looks like our air's having to fly back and kill these from Frost, going in for a trade. Now these cruisers they're going for all the shield generators here. And I think they're gonna get it because they took ages for the fighters to kill them. Turret on the coastline here as well. Yeah, they lost both shields. More strike mechs. We're gonna have to send our fighters out. We're just stalling things out with the Jedi here. As Wrath gets everything back together again. Russian Blunt's army is basically just becoming anti-airmobiles at this point. Some assault mechs showing up here from Frost. It's definitely looking bad for them. I think we're running out of things on the ground here. There's been heavy troopers from Lucky Ashman now. He's committed to the anti-Jedi gang. As they try to force their way across. They really just need to move up though. They're kind of just sitting here. If they move up, they could kill the shields off and get all their units across. I think they'd be looking good. Just a lack of coordination there. Frost try to patrol into this, but there's two advanced turrets that are going to be shooting his units here. Stuart surely wins this. Not sure what Stuart's trying to communicate. He's just saying back Russian, back mechs, but it doesn't have any mechs. I don't know if he's telling them to build mechs again or what. Our Jedi are pulling back a little bit. It looks like we're sending some over to go and help out here, I think. Because they're absolutely crumbling right now. Air getting bold here from RBA. Me and Raph pushing once again, as he says take 2 in the chat there, and we start converting units to distract all the fire, and then he should be able to trade very well. We're showing up here with our Jedi, and we're going to try and help them clean this up. Not let them get a foothold here. Convert all the assault mechs. Try and convert his Jedi if he lets us. Losing the assault mechs has definitely taken away a lot of their ability to kill things, like buildings and stuff. What we need to get is the cruisers as well. Still converting here, lots of units getting made, killed on the front lines, thrown into shields. A lot of the bounty hunters are going down though, so it might be time to just throw the Jedi into melee mode. Converting all these cruisers, stopping them, taking away all the turrets and stuff. And what we can do is maybe use them to kill the shields off. Stuart making some air cruisers here, shooting the units on the ground. So we're coming here and distracting the units as much as we can. Try to give them some breathing room, some time. So it looks like we're pushing back a little bit here, but we're definitely pushing on this side, which is good. Giving us some hope in this game. We just need some cannons and stuff, to be honest. Take down this static defense. Cruisers we converted here, going for the shield generators. Be good for RV to use his air cruisers to shoot these. He's made some destroyers though. It's taking a little bit to kill them. But it's looking like these two might stabilise on this side now. Strike mechs flooding in here from Frost, try to go for the eco. He is running into a lot of mech destroyers, which are just going to shut those down. And we are now pretty much no units here for Risk or Lucky Ashman now. There's some new ones coming here from Risk. More of our Jedi try to convert. We're bringing our air down now here as well. Try to clean this up for them. We can't not let them lose this side. As the game's pretty much now become, we'll win on our side if they just hold their side. Jedi running forward here. Pushing them back. Good amount of units now for Russian and for Stuart if they just bring them all to the front, rebuild their shields and stuff. Get the turrets back up. Some air AFKing for Stuart here. It looks like Risk and Lucky Ashman are starting to push back a little bit again. Get their shields back up. And Stuart getting his own air cruisers now. Losing a lot of his air, it just seems to be running into turrets. Not good. They just shoot at Russians' units as well with his air cruiser. Anti-teammate. This new push, we're coming back in with the Jedi, converting as much as we can. Losing Jedi, but we don't really care. We've got like infinite Nova. How many traders have we got? 134 merchants and 170 workers. This is a peak Republic gameplay. Could really do with using, we're building more farms though, I think. What we should have done is build a wall, because there's just always strike mechs flooding into the eco. Like, even when I come over here, I can hear one. Here's one, just one on its full health. Out of nowhere. Just summoned by my voice. A very bold turret here, and Frost back on the assault mechs again. Stuart here doing the attack round. Oh, he's actually in range though. I'm lucky not to lose any there. Looks like RV wants to come and snipe that one though. He's getting 2 there. He's going to get all 4, I think. Gonna get all 4 and actually get away with some of his fighters. Unbelievable. More assault mechs here for Lucky. He has gotten that coveted +3 range now though. But we would very much like to convert those to our cause. What we have done is killed off this crossing, and we are planning something. Deleting this wall, so we're going to run into their base again. Again, a lot of these cruisers. It'd be great to see Russian on the water as well, considering TF have got like one of the best navies in the game. Jedi running in. We're going to build a gate here because we don't want them having the ability to be in there. And special mission launched here. Heading off straight for the spaceports. There's those air cruisers I talk about with risks, just always on the prowl. There's lots of turrets and stuff that have been built up along the trade as well. Nice things for us to convert. Steal these animal nurseries. Just try to run them away. And then start converting all of the spaceports again and try and switch off their trade. Not too much units here for risk and lucky, it's just that we've got all these shields. It's taking a very long time to get through it all. Tons of spaceports, there's just so many to actually have to convert and delete. Got on this turret though, which is awesome. The other side of things, it's still like an air cruiser versus air versus cruisers, and just anything that's got cruiser in its name is being built. And nobody feels they can push across. They could definitely like be transporting stuff across though, because there's just nothing policing this. They've actually not even got vision of it. They're paying so little attention at this area of the map. You see the great long migratory walk of Raphael's units to the front. Still some of his houses left alive. Just rallying all our Jedi down here now though. We've almost cleaned up all the spaceports on this side. Despite there being a lot of bounty hunters and strike mechs there waiting for us. And we've arrived down at the bottom side now. It's a two-pronged attack. As we delete spaceports here, convert them, switch off all of their trade. Stuart now doing the same with his own masters running in here, stealing the animal nurseries. The greatest sin of this game, RA, having so many nerfs. Finally set right. Heavy pummels from Raph. This is just a hipster choice. It's just not good. Please don't do this. He's trying to tank shots, but they die pretty quickly. I'd love to see some cannons. Some cannons and we would have killed this 60 years ago. Russia now getting involved with this whole new crossing that's been discovered. Teams only just found out about it. So So we're throwing in more Jedi now and we're just being super annoying. Like, we're just running around, we're just going from point A to point B. There can be bounty hunters there, we don't care. We're just going to keep throwing Jedi. I've got infinite Nova. I'll do it until we win. These Grenadiers are actually doing quite a bit. Grens and Max Destroyers from Lucky Ashman. I think it's mainly just not standing in shields though. He's got a new shield generator now. Frost again, gonna try it with the Assault Max, but it's not been too great for him. With Russian running his Max Destroyers, and they don't actually have anything on the ground to deal with it. There doesn't seem to be any Crusaders anymore. And a lot of workers are getting killed. Particularly the risks here. Because I think they've mined out a lot of carbon. Having a look, there's actually not too much carbon. I think most of the carbon's going to be like down this way. Just around RVA's base, because he's not needed it so much. We've still got quite a bit here, I think. I think Russian's eating all his though. Yeah, there's some here. But again, they try to get across here. Since a lot of those units from Russian are over here running around the base, getting shot at by fighters, sending RAF some 4,000 Nova. We still got 4k. Get them to put them into some juicy assault max here. Those AT-ATs. Doing tons of damage. As we're now just meat shielding for him here, converting things and helping him push. All the trade. The trade's just in complete mayhem. There's still Jedi running around. You can see idle bounty hunters just everywhere. And even Stuart's like converting turrets and stuff as well. Finding all these nurseries that have been up here for Frost. And as we keep trading and they're not getting Nova now, it's going to be very difficult for them to make the units they need to hold. Hell yeah. Converting the infrastructure now in the front line as most of the units go down. Raph getting to see his pummels do something. Beautiful. Running these into harass. Lot of stalling. Not too much happening though. Nobody getting the upper hand really. Some artillery here. Lucky Ashman once again. I've seen this before. Desperate to wall. A lot of idols kicking about. But not as many as these guys. A new gang formed. Back at it again. These artillery are about unescorted when there's Crusaders running around. You can't convert them. Some assault mechs here for Russian. Coming in here, converting all of Risk's base. Well, he's got Raphael kicking down the door. It's going to affect his ability to reinforce there. As we make our way back up to the trade. Just want to keep it down forever. Say Frost has only just rebuilt a spaceport and sent his cargoes back to work. Just in time for me to arrive again. Lucky Ashman still trying to chase these down. Try to build a bit of a wall here, but it seems Risk's stealing our carbon now. We're very much behind enemy lines here. We're back onto the spaceports once again. RB getting his traders back to it as well. And getting across here, I'm going to secure this area. Russian saying he needs ore. You can just buy it though. Just trade and buy it. That's what we need to do at this point in the game. Cruisers harassing workers. And again, Stuart going to be landing some Jedi across. How many spaceports have we got left now? 2? 3. 3 spaceports. Oh, there's one here. A 4th one. And then a 5th one. Raph, try to get across. Losing a few of his workers here that are building things. And they're going to have problems dealing with Stuart. Harassing them with air now, because they're having their Nova supply cut out. Can't throw fighters back at it as much. Converting the nurseries again. Jedi just hanging about, attacking things. Another one. Oh, there's 2 of them. No, I'm blind, that's just the first one, I wasn't looking. Anyway, Raph is breaking through here. We've got Jedi just running around everywhere, threatening to convert everything in sight. I'm starting to build up air cruisers here on the other side of the map. Some Jedi coming in for RVA, converting the cannons. Let's see if Stuart can maybe convert those Jedi with his ones. Frost again with his air over here. Try to convert some of them. Use them to fight back against them. Raph definitely got his eco online, his production pumping out this really, really strong Empire mix. God, this is 2 hours of game time. Just goes on forever. Bringing the air cruisers here. Got a gang of workers to help. We're just gonna, because we're popped and we see we've got all this Nova, we're just gonna buy ore. And we're going to build things for Raph's army. In a little bit. After that, when you forget to put your air cruisers on no attack stance. So we do have population now, I guess. But yeah, that's the plan. We're just going to sell the Nova for ore. And just build like anti-air turrets and shield generators and stuff. And just slow push his army. Make sure we never get pushed back. And the air cruisers are going to really add a deadly element to this army composition. And help do some damage to the buildings as well. Still stalemate over here. Army just tons of air. It's like all his army. His army is just in the sky. But it's not going to help them here because they desperately need help over here on this side. As they start losing traders now. Position the air in this spot where they're all sort of running through. Raphael doing the same with some strike mechs. Pushing up here. New workers have arrived to implement the plan. Hopefully they don't get shot at by the air cruisers. These assault mechs getting some good shots here on Frost Smack Destroyers. Bit of a massacre here though. These are all going to get converted, unfortunately. From yellow to red. Not losing too much though. The push continues. As you can see, there won't be any air involvement on this side. I will not allow it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off this part of the map. We're going to stop all trade completely. We're just going to push upwards. And we're going to build turrets as we do. I think I was building these war centers because I realised I don't have any upgrades for my turrets. Got the lucky Ashman range right now. So I was like, I might as well get some upgrades. I've forgotten about this. I've not needed them with the units that I've been making. Killing off some houses. As we now crawl through, we make shield generators as we go. Just set up a front for ourselves here. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. Try to run through into air cruisers, losing tons and tons of units. I'm blaming the air cruisers. Raph telling him he just needs to sit there and defend because we're broken the other side. A few more turrets going up. Raph doing the same, building a shield generator. Sharing the load. Some strong Samwise Gamgee play. As we've almost reached our destination, this swimming pool. And there's nothing RV can really do to do this. He's just got the hold here. Frost, on the other hand, could be trying to do things, but he keeps going for air. So these turrets are great. So he's built bombers and stuff. I think what they probably needed from him was just pure Jedi as well. And then he could use those to influence the other side and help RV out. So our fleet's going to take some shots at these and go away. This is our land now. Even building walls. No more trade, guys. Trade's over. Stock market's closed. And then we're just gonna push through the middle of their bases. These Jedi are now free from their servitude of having to convert spaceports. The spaceports can stay and they will find something else to do with their lives. Oh! What have I just tuned into here? That's a bad time. Many dead. And GG being called here from Lucky Ashman. They'll have a response to this death ball of Empire, Republic. Killing off the fort with the air cruisers. Look at Risk. What a gamer. Still microing some units. Still killing all of my traders. I think I've lost 100 traders because nobody called this out to me. Yeah. Lost about 90 merchants. Just sitting here. Where have they even come from? From 2 mech factories we built from that little secret squad here of workers. Got Russian trying to push through again. Into the ACs. He is killing a bunch of them though. This might be his time. He might have made it. He might have finally crossed the Rubicon. Comes in, is he going to get shot again? Yep. Many dead. Still got some alive though. If these assault mechs can do some stuff, but they're going to get converted. Frost with bombers, he just doesn't know what to do. That's most of that army dead now. But they won't be able to continue because if they look at the back door, RAF's just peering in with some air cruisers and some Jedi, building a forward now as well. Tell me, bring the mech destroyers I've got converted over here. No. I'm busy pressing T and clicking on the ground. The endless push. This trader is sneaking across the edge of the map. I wonder if I've actually streamlined their trade by doing this. Frost resigning now. GG from RV8 resigns. That'll be the end of it. GG's all round. And that should be us. Very, very long game that one. Risk finally gonna resign. Just wanted me to come and see his little his double mech factories he's built here. Just to further inflict pain, emotional damage on me. But anyway, GG to everyone involved there. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. As always, if you look at the description, you'll find a link to Voobly where you can play this game online with all the balance stuff and updates to the game engine, what have you. Just makes it do a bit better on Windows, modern Windows. You get the desktop resolution. You'll find a link to the GBG Discord as well, where you can come in there and find like-minded players, maybe organise games out with the Voobly. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. I will give you the score screen as well before I get wind out about that. We can have a look at the statistics. Frost losing the most units. 198 conversions. Many Hollow Novas. And that'll be it. So I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment and subscribe. Goodbye.